Going into the holiday season, how would you like to own not Mattel, but the next Mattel, which of course forfeited its toy-making crown when we found out it was coated in lead along with the toys? The next Mattel, why don't we call it Mattel Unleaded, is... This is a real good one. This is a real good one. Jakks Pacific. J-A-K-K for all you home gamers. I'm liking this one. Why do I think Jakks is a must-own? Because this woman, whom I stupidly asked my 13-year-old yesterday, she says, "Oh, Dad, come on," but it's not for 13-year-olds. Hannah Montana is a must-own, not because of the 13-year-olds, but because of the 13th Amendment. That's right. One of my all-time favorites, but the only way to own her is in action figure form. Jakks works because it's Barney action figure works. You want the stock because your kid wants an eye clops. This is the bionic eye toy that plugs into your TV and lets you see things at 200 times magnification. I'm giving one of these to every single member of the Citigroup board. They can find out what's really wrong. All right. They need like 400 times. Okay, you need 400 times, but this is just 200. Yeah, I'm sure some kid wants it besides the myopic Citigroup board. Jakks makes wrestling action figures. WWE guys, and that never goes out of style. How about the Cheetah Girls? The Cheetah Girls. That's a Cheetah Girl. Yeah, the Cheetah Girls. And they've been very hot. I mean, big. I mean, whatever. Okay, I mean, come on. Oh, bionic. This is a good toy. All right, Jakks is a toy company with a lot of great popular toys that you can combine at any level. Oh, man. Go Cheetah. All right. Oh, wait. I'm playing with toys now. I guess this is probably the part of the show where Roger Ailes wants to slap me on the butt for being entertaining and funny. A great showman. Things I'm allowed to say only deep down on this network because, of course, I truly loathe myself. But as long as I've got my eye clops and my WWE figures, I can forget all about that, especially if I play while on the dirty linoleum floor, sipping the cheap scotch with the blood stain that's actually, of course, ketchup. I'm coming at Jakks as a stock with a double life, like Hannah Montana, as both a trade and an investment. We really don't like to talk about too many trades on this show because most individual investors don't have the time to monitor a trade with a really short time horizon. Contrary to what almost every joker has written about this show, I mean, contrary to what many of the critics have to say, this is a show about investing and investments. I don't recommend stocks for the next 2 days, at least not that often. I talk about stocks for the next year or 18 months, and one day people actually give me credit for that. But the Jakks trade is irresistible, frankly. Most of the street expects this company to beat the numbers this quarter. Hey, no revelation. With shipments and margin both higher than expected. Historically, the third quarter was Jakks' biggest. That's the last quarter, and it usually makes up 40% of their sales and 60% of their profits. It's called lumpy. So if Jakks has an earnings beat in the fourth quarter where it historically doesn't do all that well, huge for the stock. But we're not even playing the next quarterly report here. That's not the trade. On Wednesday, yes, Wednesday, JAKK is having a big analyst meeting. Now, if you're a company that's going to pre-announce better than expected results, wouldn't you love to do it at an analyst meeting? Isn't that the near perfect venue? I could be wrong, but I think that's what Jakks will do. And a pre-announcement to the upside will send this stock higher, possibly much higher, depending on how big the win is. Let me give you one huge caveat, though, and that's where the price of this stock is. Right now, it's at $26.65. That's the price where I like it. If it leaps up in after-hours trading and then goes even higher tomorrow, the trade just doesn't work. It doesn't work. You'll also wreck my performance numbers for the darn show, and I try very hard to actually do well for you, but price matters. At this price, give or take $1, the Jakks trade works. It might even work, you know, $1.10, but I would be uncomfortable paying more than that for the stock in order to get ahead of the analyst meeting. So this is your warning. Do not buy Jakks for the trade if it goes higher than $28.75 tomorrow. So I'm giving you $1.50 leeway from where it opened today. That price is outrageously high, but it's possible you'll still make money on the trade if you pay that much. any higher, and I'm going to tell you, you're going to lose money, even if JAKK does what I think it's going to do and pre-announce great numbers at the analyst meeting on Wednesday. Now, of course, if you got a longer-term view and you recognize that this is a fabulous franchise, okay, then you can wait for the stock to come in. You know, usual 5-day wait, I think, is a good one. And then this applies for this here. Wow, we've got a lot of accoutrements, right? I like how Jack is positioned right now. No, I don't think that works. The company's got $83 million in net cash, which is an impressive hoard for a $750 million company. Their free cash flow could reach $100 million a year soon. And with that cash situation, JAKK has a lot of options, which is why it's a good investment as well as a good trade. It could buy smaller toy lines or it could buy back a lot of its stock. That would be absolutely fabulous. Just a second, I have an idea. I have an idea what would work with this. Right? I mean, isn't that what we think of when we think of Strahan? All right. This stock trades at a big discount to Hasbro or Mattel. That's his helmet. All right. Which is larger and more established businesses. JAKK has a 10.5% long-term growth rate and trades at 10.6 times forward earnings. It's trading at its growth rate. Hey, come on, that's good. That's just it's just plain just in my book. Mattel, meanwhile, trades at 13 times earnings with a lower 9.15% long-term growth rate. Mattel's got a lower growth, a higher multiple, greater lead content. How about Hasbro? Hasbro gets a 15 multiple, 9.9% long-term growth. That's lower growth, but a nearly 50% higher multiple than JAKK. That's absurd. And need do I say, these taste better. Ooh, no, just kidding, you can't say. Okay, JAKK stock is being held back because it's just a flash in the pan, right? That's what people think. No, this is no flash. And it's not like they got one hot toy that's driving the stock. Look at this array of toys, man. Come on. JAKK licensed the rights to make the right toys like Hannah Montana. They make your standard array of kiddie toy action figures, arts and craft kits, stationery, pens for some really boring playtime, kites, dolls. I mean, you get the picture. And while that's only a cut above a commodity business, JAKK still manages to have better growth, but at a much lower multiple than either Hasbro or Mattel. Now, there's one thing tarnishing the stock, and that's this relationship right here, okay? The WWE toys. It's a really profitable line of toys. But the WWE has sued JAKK, and that lawsuit could mean JAKK loses the right to market these guys. I'm not worried about the lawsuit. I'll tell you why. JAKK's license to make them expires in 2009 anyway. And given the damage that the WWE brand has been taking lately, I don't think the sales of these toys would have held up. I don't mind. Look, I'm not that worried. That's the story. Buy JAKK for the trade or the investment. But don't do both. If the trade fails, if they don't pre-announce at the analyst meeting, you sell. That's a failed trade. It's no big deal, but you have to move on. If you want to trade but can't get the stock for the right price, you're passing. If you're looking to invest, wait. Bottom line, JAKK is the unleaded son of Mattel. That's right, without the lead. It makes sense long-term. Get the lead out and gives you a great short-term wave with this Hannah Montana. Hey, what's not to like?
Coming up.
I knew I had to do that booyah.